For years, people have been told that if you want strong muscles, a toned body, and protection against aging, you have to eat fish. Fish for the omega-3s, fish for the protein, fish for the muscles. But what if I told you that's not entirely true? What if I told you there's another food, one that's often overlooked, that can help you build lean muscle, fight weakness, and even slow down or reverse sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass? Yes, forget fish for a moment, because this food might just change the way you think about strength and aging forever. Before I reveal what it is, let me ask you something. Have you noticed it's getting harder to lift things that used to feel light? Or maybe climbing stairs leaves you more winded than before? Do you feel like your arms or legs are getting softer? Or your clothes are fitting differently even though your weight hasn't changed much? If you've felt any of that, you might be seeing the early signs of sarcopenia, and I want you to know you can do something about it. In fact, you can rebuild your strength, protect your muscles, and feel years younger. And you don't need expensive supplements, powders, or exotic fish. You just need to know the truth about the right kind of food that feeds your muscles from the inside out. So before we go further, tell me in the comments, have you ever worried about losing muscle as you get older? Or maybe you've already noticed some weakness setting in. I'd love to know your experience, because this is something that affects almost everyone eventually. And talking about it helps others realize they're not alone. Now, let's talk about what's really happening inside your body. Starting around your 30s and 40s, your muscle mass begins to decline. It's slow at first, maybe 1 or 2% a year, but by the time you hit your 60s or 70s, you could lose up to half your muscle mass if you don't take action. That condition is called sarcopenia, and it's not just about appearance or strength. It affects your metabolism, your bones, your balance, your heart, even your brain. But here's the good news. Your body has the incredible ability to rebuild and repair muscle tissue at any age. The key is giving it the right building blocks, the amino acids, nutrients, and energy it needs to create new muscle fibers and maintain existing ones. And while fish is often praised as a good protein source, it's not the only or even the most powerful option. The food I want to talk about today is eggs. Whole eggs, nature's perfect protein. Yes, eggs. Simple, affordable, easy to cook, and packed with everything your muscles crave. You might be surprised because eggs don't have the same trendy reputation as salmon or tuna. But when it comes to fighting sarcopenia, eggs are one of the most complete, effective, and scientifically proven foods you can eat. Let me explain why. Your muscles are made up of proteins built from amino acids. Think of amino acids as the Lego blocks your body uses to construct and repair muscle tissue. Out of the 20 amino acids your body needs, 9 are essential, meaning your body can't make them on its own. You have to get them from food. Eggs contain all 9 of these essential amino acids in nearly perfect proportions for human muscle growth. And here's something most people don't realize. The protein in eggs has one of the highest biological values of any food on Earth. That means your body absorbs and uses it more efficiently than almost any other protein source. In other words, gram for gram, eggs give you more usable protein than fish, beef, or even whey protein powder. But there's more. The yolk, yes, the part some people still avoid, is actually the most powerful part for your muscles. It's rich in leucine, one of the key amino acids responsible for triggering muscle protein synthesis. Leucine is like the spark plug that turns on your muscle building engine. Studies have shown that older adults who eat enough leucine-rich foods can effectively stimulate muscle growth even when their overall protein intake isn't very high. That means if you're over 40, 50, or 60, eating whole eggs, not just the whites, can help you preserve and even increase your muscle mass. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Aren't eggs bad for cholesterol? That used to be the common belief, but modern research has completely changed the story. For most people, eating eggs doesn't significantly raise blood cholesterol or heart disease risk. In fact, eggs can improve your good HDL cholesterol and help keep your body's fat metabolism balanced. The key is moderation. 2 to 3 eggs a day for most healthy adults is perfectly fine, especially when combined with vegetables, whole grains, and regular movement. So if you've been skipping the yolks, you've been missing out on some of the best nutrition nature has to offer. Let's talk about how this all connects to sarcopenia. Sarcopenia isn't just about losing muscle, it's about losing independence, balance, and energy. When muscle mass drops, so does your metabolism. You burn fewer calories, fat accumulates more easily, and your body becomes less efficient at regulating blood sugar. That's one reason why so many people struggle with weight gain and fatigue as they age. It's not just lifestyle, it's biology. But when you start nourishing your muscles properly, everything changes. You regain energy, you stand taller, you move with more confidence, your joints feel more supported, you even think more clearly because stronger muscles improve circulation and reduce inflammation throughout the body. Now, here's something fascinating. Researchers have found that people who eat eggs regularly, especially older adults, tend to have higher muscle strength and better physical performance compared to those who don't. One study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that individuals who consumed around 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein per meal, like what you'd get from 2 to 3 eggs, had significantly greater muscle retention than those eating less. That's why I often tell my patients or clients, it's not just about how much protein you eat per day, it's how you distribute it. Instead of loading up all your protein at dinner, try including high-quality protein like eggs at breakfast. That early boost can jumpstart your metabolism and muscle recovery for the entire day. And eggs aren't just protein, they're a nutritional goldmine for muscle health. They contain choline, which supports brain and nerve function, vitamin D, which helps with calcium absorption and bone strength, and a host of B vitamins like B12, riboflavin, and folate that keep your energy metabolism running smoothly. The yolks also provide lutein and zeaxanthin, antioxidants that protect your eyes and reduce oxidative stress that contributes to aging. When you combine those nutrients with regular physical activity, especially strength exercises like lifting weights, resistance bands, or even body weight squats, you create the perfect environment for your muscles to grow and thrive. Now, let me tell you something else that might surprise you. Many people who eat fish regularly still struggle with muscle loss. Why? Because while fish is a good source of protein, it's often low in total calories and may not contain enough leucine or vitamin D unless you eat it in large amounts. Plus, many people eat fish without sufficient carbs or fats to support muscle recovery. Remember, your body needs energy to build muscle, and if it doesn't get enough from food, it'll start breaking down muscle tissue for fuel. Eggs solve that problem beautifully. They provide not only protein, but also healthy fats that stabilize hormones and give your body the steady energy it needs to repair and grow tissue. And unlike fish, eggs are inexpensive, widely available, and easy to prepare. You don't have to worry about mercury, overfishing, or spoilage. You can boil them, scramble them, poach them, bake them, or mix them into salads and smoothies. They're the ultimate convenience food for muscle health. Now, I'm not saying fish is bad. It's still a healthy food, especially for your heart. But if you're focused on building muscle and fighting sarcopenia, eggs should absolutely be at the top of your list. Let's imagine your daily routine for a moment. Picture yourself starting the day with a breakfast that truly supports your body. Instead of a sugary cereal or plain toast, you make 2 or 3 boiled eggs, maybe with some spinach and a slice of whole grain bread. Within a few weeks, you'd start to feel the difference. Your energy would stabilize, your appetite would regulate naturally, and your muscles would start feeling firmer and more responsive. If you added a bit of exercise, say 20 minutes of light strength training or brisk walking, you'd accelerate that progress even more, because food and movement work together like two gears in the same machine. One without the other won't get you far, but together they can reverse years of decline. Let's go deeper for a moment. When we talk about building muscle, we're not just talking about bodybuilders or athletes. We're talking about your ability to live fully, to carry groceries, to get up from a chair, to play with your grandkids, to stay independent as you age. That's what makes this so important. Sarcopenia doesn't just steal muscle, it steals moments of your life. But you can take those moments back, starting with what you put on your plate. So, if you've been relying on fish alone for your protein, it's time to broaden your horizons. Add eggs to your diet regularly. Pair them with colorful vegetables and whole grains. Get enough sleep. Stay hydrated. Move every day, even if it's just a walk around the block. Small, consistent actions build massive results over time. And here's something I always remind people. Muscle health is not just about the body, it's about the mind. When you feel stronger, you think stronger. Your mood improves, your motivation returns, and your entire outlook on life shifts. That's why I believe eggs are more than just food. They're a symbol of renewal, of potential, of strength waiting to be rediscovered. I've seen patients who thought their best years were behind them regain their energy, confidence, and vitality just by making simple nutritional changes and being consistent. You can absolutely do the same. It doesn't matter if you're 30 or 70, your muscles respond when you give them what they need. Now, before we close, let's recap what we've talked about. Fish is a great food, but it's not the only option. If your goal is to build muscle and fight off sarcopenia, whole eggs provide complete protein, vital amino acids like leucine, essential vitamins, and healthy fats, all in one affordable, accessible package. So tomorrow morning, when you open your fridge, I want you to look at those eggs not as just breakfast, but as one of the best anti-aging tools nature ever created, because they truly are. I want to encourage you to take action starting today. Add 2 or 3 whole eggs to your daily routine, pay attention to how your body feels, and give it at least 2 weeks. You'll be amazed at how much stronger, more energetic, and more alive you start to feel. And if you've been told to avoid eggs because of old myths about cholesterol, talk to your doctor, but don't let outdated fears hold you back from something that can genuinely improve your health. You have the power to protect your muscles, your independence, and your future. You just have to give your body what it's asking for. So tell me in the comments, how do you usually eat your eggs? Boiled, scrambled, poached, or maybe in an omelet? I'd love to hear your favorite way, and maybe I'll share some healthy muscle-building recipes in a future video. Remember this, age is not the enemy, inaction is. Every day you choose to nourish your body is a day you move closer to strength, vitality, and longevity. You're never too old, and it's never too late. I believe in you. Take that first step. Your body is ready to thank you. Let's dive even deeper into why eggs work so powerfully to combat sarcopenia and rebuild muscle, especially as we age. You see, when we get older, our muscles don't respond to protein the same way they used to. Scientists call this anabolic resistance. It means your body becomes less efficient at turning dietary protein into new muscle tissue. That's one of the reasons older adults need more protein per meal, not less. But here's the interesting part. It's not just about total protein, it's about protein quality and timing. High-quality proteins, like those in eggs, are digested and absorbed quickly, allowing amino acids to flood your bloodstream and signal your muscles to start building. That signal, known as the mTOR pathway, is what drives muscle protein synthesis. When you eat eggs, especially whole eggs, you activate this pathway strongly because of the leucine, as well as other amino acids like isoleucine and valine. In fact, a study from the University of Illinois compared whole eggs to egg whites in a muscle-building context. They found that people who ate whole eggs after resistance training built more muscle than those who ate the same amount of protein from egg whites alone. Why? Because the yolk contains not only protein but also fats, vitamins, and minerals that amplify the muscle-building response. It's like the difference between lighting a match and lighting a torch. One fades quickly, the other keeps burning. So if you're trying to prevent or reverse sarcopenia, you want that torch. You want your muscles to have every possible advantage to grow and repair. That's what whole eggs deliver. Now, here's another reason eggs are so effective. Sarcopenia is often worsened by inflammation, oxidative stress, and hormonal changes, especially a drop in growth hormone and testosterone as we age. Eggs naturally provide nutrients that help balance these systems. The healthy fats in the yolk support hormone production. The antioxidants lutein and zeaxanthin reduce oxidative stress. The B vitamins support metabolism and cell repair. And the choline in eggs helps maintain nerve function, which keeps your muscle fibers firing properly. That's why eggs are more than just a source of protein. They're a muscle-preserving system in one shell. But remember, no single food works in isolation. The best results happen when you pair nutrient-rich foods like eggs with smart lifestyle choices. So let me walk you through what I call the muscle protection plan. It's simple, realistic, and anyone can start today. First, aim for 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal. That's roughly the amount in 3 large eggs plus some vegetables or whole grains. Spread your protein intake evenly throughout the day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, so your body has a steady supply of amino acids to work with. Second, stay active every single day. You don't need to spend hours in the gym. Even 20 to 30 minutes of strength training, resistance bands, or bodyweight exercises like squats, lunges, and push-ups can make a huge difference. When you move, you send your muscles a message. We still need you. And your body listens. Third, prioritize recovery. Muscle repair happens when you rest. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, at least 7 hours a night, and stay hydrated. Dehydration alone can reduce your muscle performance by up to 10%. Fourth, get enough vitamin D and omega-3s. While eggs provide some, you can also get vitamin D from sunlight and omega-3s from flaxseed, chia seeds, or walnuts. These nutrients support muscle strength and help fight inflammation. Fifth, watch your calorie intake. Many older adults accidentally eat too little, especially when they're trying to stay light. But if you're not eating enough, your body will break down muscle for energy. The goal isn't to eat less, it's to eat better. Nutrient-dense, protein-rich, colorful meals that keep your metabolism active and your muscles strong. If you follow these steps, eat whole eggs daily, move regularly, rest deeply, and nourish your body, you'll be amazed at how quickly your strength, balance, and vitality return. Now, let's talk about something that's often overlooked: mindset. Sarcopenia doesn't just affect the body, it affects confidence. When you start to lose strength, you start to lose a bit of your independence. You start saying, maybe I shouldn't lift that, or maybe I can't do that anymore. But that's not who you are. You're not fragile, you're capable, resilient, and adaptive. Your body has an incredible ability to respond to care. I've seen people in their 70s and even 80s rebuild muscle they thought was gone forever. They started small, with gentle movement, a few eggs a day, a positive mindset, and within months they stood taller, moved easier, and smiled more. That transformation isn't magic, it's biology meeting belief. And you can do it too. Now, let me share a quick tip that I often give my patients. Combine eggs with vitamin C-rich foods like tomatoes, bell peppers, or citrus fruits. Vitamin C supports collagen production, which strengthens your connective tissues and helps your muscles stay attached and flexible. Plus, it makes your meals colorful and flavorful, which means you'll enjoy the process more. Speaking of enjoyment, don't underestimate the emotional connection you have with your food. Eating well should never feel like punishment. When you sit down to a meal that nourishes you, when you know that each bite is protecting your muscles and your future, you start to build a deeper appreciation for your body. You stop feeding out of habit and start eating with purpose. That's what this video is really about. It's not about fish versus eggs or protein versus carbs. It's about rediscovering what your body is capable of when you treat it with care. Now, I know some people might be vegan or avoid animal products. If that's you, don't worry, there are still options. Plant-based foods like lentils, tofu, tempeh, and quinoa can also support muscle health when eaten in the right combinations. But if you do eat eggs, they're one of the most efficient, natural, and balanced ways to rebuild strength. Let's imagine your next few weeks. You start your mornings with 2 or 3 eggs, maybe a side of avocado or vegetables. You commit to moving your body every day, even if it's just light resistance training or a walk after dinner. You start to feel your energy rise, your posture improve, your movements become smoother. One day, you notice something simple. You get up from a chair without using your hands. You carry groceries without strain. You climb stairs without gasping. That's what reclaiming muscle feels like. That's what fighting sarcopenia looks like in real life. It's not about perfection. It's about progress. And it all starts with a simple decision to feed your body what it truly needs. So when I say forget fish, I don't mean never eat it again. I mean stop thinking it's the only way to build muscle. Because now you know better. You know that whole eggs, this humble everyday food, carry one of the most powerful natural defenses against aging, weakness, and muscle loss. Every time you crack open an egg, you're opening a source of life, protein, vitamins, fats, and minerals, all designed by nature to nourish growth. Isn't that incredible? And remember, it's not too late to start. Whether you're 25, 45, or 75, your muscles are still listening. They respond every time you move, every time you eat the right foods, every time you choose to care. So take this message to heart. You can build strength again. You can stand taller, walk farther, and feel more alive. You don't have to accept weakness as part of aging. You have the power to shape your future. One bite, one step, one choice at a time. If this message resonates with you, tell me in the comments, what's one small change you'll make this week to support your muscles? Will you start eating eggs for breakfast? Try a few push-ups a day? Go for a walk after lunch? I'd love to hear it because your commitment might inspire someone else to start too. And if you found this helpful, share it with a friend or loved one who might need to hear it. Sometimes a single conversation can spark a life-changing decision. Before I close, I want to remind you of something powerful. Aging doesn't mean decline. It means opportunity. Every stage of life gives you the chance to rebuild, renew, and rediscover your strength. You just have to give your body the tools to do it. So forget the myth that fish is your only muscle food. Remember the truth that whole eggs, simple, nourishing, complete, can be your greatest ally against sarcopenia. Eat smart, move daily, rest deeply, believe in your body's ability to heal and grow. Because the moment you start feeding your muscles what they deserve, they start feeding your life with energy, confidence, and vitality. And that, my friend, is how you build strength that lasts a lifetime.